Just an example. Supply chain management. So I'll pick any, you can see now the list of results that has come back. So I'll just pick any random title, maybe purchasing and supply chain management. Let's pick that. So you can see purchasing and supply chain management, that title, where it is located. On this page, it provides all that information about physical location, as well as the call number, which would help you to narrow down its location within the specific library. So we can see here that that particular book is at the main library. It is also at Kikuyu Library. It is also at Kisumu Campus Library, Lower Kabete Library, and Mahatma Gandhi Graduate Library. So if you're here at the main campus, you can use this call number. You can see, if you can see what I have highlighted, the HF 5437.L97. You'll use that call number. This is what we call the call number. You'll use it to narrow down its specific location within that library. So when you get to the library, locate where H starts from. The books are arranged in alphabetic and numerical order. So when you get to H, you'll see HA, HB, on and on until you get to HF. Then when you get to HF, you can use the numbers 5437 to narrow down further to its actual location on the shelves. And once you have it, you'll get that title. Then you can, of course, pick it. You can read it within the library. If you need to borrow it, you can approach the circulation desk, present your student's ID card, and you'll be able to borrow that book for a few days. After which, the period allocated for borrowing, you'll be required to return it, so that you do not incur a fine for late returns. So that's how you access physical textbooks. That's how you retrieve them from the shelves. And if you need to borrow them, what we've said is that you can approach the circulation desk and you'll be able to borrow that book for your use for a few days that will be allocated to you. Back again to the library website, again under resources, e-resources. If you need now to access electronic books, ebooks, follow the steps that I'm going to demonstrate. Below OPAC now we have ebooks. I'm just going to open it on a new tab. So this is the ebook list of ebook databases. We've tried to arrange them also in alphabetic order. On this page, you will see all the subscribed databases the University of Nairobi has subscribed to that offer electronic books. Some of the databases are subject specific, such as free books for doctors, medical students. Those are subject specific or targeting only students of medicine, but others are also multidisciplinary. So feel free to browse through, and you'll be able to get books that are relevant to you. One in particular that I want to draw your attention to is the eKitabu platform. So I'll just open that on a new tab. So this is eKitabu. When you open eKitabu, you'll need to log in as a student. Members of staff also get their own login. So as a student, what you'll need to do, click on the login, this button here, if you can see where my cursor is, click on it. And on this login page, I want to draw your attention to the button at the bottom there, continue with Google. So when you select continue with Google, it will ask you to choose which accounts to proceed with. Now it has been configured to only recognize University of Nairobi email accounts. So as a student, you can use your University of Nairobi students email account. Members of staff, of course, use their staff email accounts, but for students, use your student's email account, enter it there and the password that goes with it, and it will log you straight in. If you can see the page that has loaded, you can see all the books that are contained within this platform. We have books on law, books on medicine. For example, this one on immunology. We have business law by our own local authors. We have books for students of literature and many, many others. So I'll just pick one, for example, let's pick this one on immunology, essential immunology. What you do is just you click on the thumbnail and you will see that the book will open on the browser. Now on eKitabu, you will not be able to download the books. You can only read them within the browser. So using the directional keys on your keyboard, you'll be able to move from one page to the next. I hope we are all looking at the same screen. These are the initial pages. And you can see each page loading. Of course, the speed of the interface will depend also on the connectivity that you're using. And you can see that that is chapter 1, and the pages continue like that. This is the entire book, and you'll be able to read this book in that way. So that is just one database under ebooks. We invite you to browse through all the others, find what is relevant to you, and you'll be able to help you complete your studies and your assignment. On the same page again, let me just go back to where I was. Resources, e-resources, we looked at OPAC, we've just looked at ebooks. We want now to look at e-journals, electronic journals. Another very key source of information, academic information resources. They're also listed in alphabetic order. Again, some are subject specific and others are multidisciplinary. So databases such as UoN Online, these ones only cater for students of law. Biomedical life sciences, of course, that's for students pursuing medicine or in medicine related studies. IEEE is for students of engineering, electrical engineering, computer science, or computer engineering, and so on and so forth, software engineering and such. Now, other databases such as JSTOR, these ones are multidisciplinary. They cover a wide discipline, various disciplines, not just a single one. So I'll just open JSTOR. This is JSTOR. And when you access JSTOR, when you're within campus, when you're on campus, using the University of Nairobi network, you will see this message, access provided by University of Nairobi. And this is how you know that you're accessing it the right way when you're on campus. So when you're on this database, you can search for anything. So let's say, for example, let's search for knowledge management here, knowledge. Management. Search for that. And you can see now the list of results that have come back, over 865,121 results have come back. But they are very they're not very focused. So we can refine these results by using the refine feature on the left side of the screen. Out of this 865,000, maybe if you wanted book chapters, you can click on book chapters. If you can see where my cursor is on the left side of the screen, under academic content, I will select book chapters. And you can see the results have been refined again to 20,000 results. Then I can go further and refine by date in the same area. So I will select from, let's say, 2020 to 2025. Then I will click on apply. And you can see that the results have been narrowed down further now. They've been reduced to 8,228 results. And these are book chapters. All on that search term on knowledge management. So the first title there, for example, is Forms of Knowledge for the Practice of Public Administration. The second one, Quality Impact Knowledge Traditions in the Study of Education. So say, for example, that's the one that you're looking for. And you can see when we narrow down the search to results from between 2020 to 2025, this one in particular, Quality, Impact and Knowledge Traditions, is a 2020 publication. It's a book chapter. So if that is the one that has caught your attention, that's the one that you want to look at. To the right side of that title, there's these buttons here. The first one of which is download. So if I click on download, it's going to ask me to accept the terms and conditions. I will click on accept and download. And you can see that now it is opening on the browser. There it is. This is a book chapter. I'm just going to close that 1 second. Yeah. You can see this is a book chapter of 23 pages. Yeah, chapter 15 of this particular book, where it was talking about quality, impact, and knowledge traditions in the study of education. Yeah, so browsing, scrolling through it, you can see that it is the entire chapter on that particular area. And you'll also be able to download this chapter and save it to your folder for future reference or for future reading. Okay, so if you click on the download button at the top of the screen there, you can see where my cursor is. There's an arrow pointing down there. It says download this file. So when I click on it, it's going to allow me to download this book chapter. It's allows me to download it in PDF, download PDF. Then I can save it for future reference. I can, of course, rename it KM number 1. Let's say that's of course, give it it's the title of that chapter. Give it the title so that you'll be able to know which one it was that you downloaded. So, but for the purpose of this demonstration, I've just given it that brief title, KM number 1, and save it, and then I will have access to that at a time of my own choosing, because now I have the PDF download. Okay, so that was JSTOR. There are many other databases that you could look at. There's Oxford Journals, ProQuest Journals, Research for Life, which is a very, very key. It's a very key database, Taylor and Francis, and many others. So we invite you to browse through the library website, get to know what resources are available there. We will, of course, have further engagements beyond today. I want to mention now that the library offers weekly trainings. We will soon be embarking on those in the coming week or two. Those trainings will be announced through the corporate office. They will be sent to your emails. So I want to believe that by now, most of you already have your students' email addresses, which will enable you to be able to access this information. And those that do not, of course, I'm sure you will soon have them by the help of your campus ICT office. Any training is also broadcast on the library website. I want to show you where you'll be able to access that information. At the top of the screen, on the library website, at the very top, if you can see where my cursor is, at the very top of the screen, where there's UoN, home, staff, then events. When you click on events, this is the events calendar, where we post all upcoming trainings. What you can see there, these are the last trainings that we had in May before the university went on recess, and any upcoming training will be posted here. So if you check the library website, and we encourage you to check regularly, come to events, you'll be able to see any upcoming training that the library will be having. In the coming week or two, we will be posting the trainings that we will be looking to hold. So, and we invite you to attend those trainings and gain as much information as possible. We train on various areas. There's a training on Sanitine Similarity Checker, training on referencing and citation, and many other areas. Training on publishing, best practices, information searching skills for students, access to electronic and print information resources, part of what I'll be covering today, and some of which I've already covered, and many other things. So that was the events page where you can access that information. Now back again to resources, we looked at e-resources, OPAC, e-books, e-journals. I also now want to look at digital repository. The digital repository, well, it's not opening. I think it may be down, but what the digital repository is, the digital repository is a collection of all academic works, academic output by the university, members of staff and students, which we have compiled, digitized, and made available within a single platform. So that when you're able to access the digital repository, you will have access to master's and PhD projects and theses that have been done by our students that have graduated. Yeah, and after every graduation, we always upload those projects and theses by our master's and PhD students. We also have journal articles published by the same students and even our members of staff in teaching. We also have policy briefs, book chapters by books published by our own members of staff, and so much more. Unfortunately, the site appears to be down today, but we will have another opportunity, I am sure, where we'll be able to take you through every aspect of the repository. So we've looked at OPAC, we've looked at ebooks, we've looked at e-journals, we've looked at digital repository. I now want us to look at remote access to these resources. How can you access these resources when you're off campus? And to be able to access these resources, I want to now take you a little into the website under important links. Under important links on the library website homepage, there are some links. There's a Know Your Library link, library user registration, remote access to e-resources. We'll be doing some revisions to the library website. For example, the library user registration, we have come up with a different way to register students to be able to access services within the library, the physical library, when you're here. So I will not cover that one for today. But before I get to remote access, I want to very quickly cover this area of Know Your Library, which is under important links. When you go to that link, this is where you will find all the information about the library system, the various branch libraries, where they are located. Some of you already know because that's where you're stationed, whether you're a student of agriculture and vet medicine at Upper Kabete campus, we have a library there. Students of arts, social sciences, and engineering, you'll be frequenting the main campus. You, of course, know the Jomo Kenyatta Memorial Library, the Mahatma Gandhi Library, but that one is for postgraduate students. Across the road on the other side, we have the ADD Library for students of architecture and engineering. At Chiromo, we have the where students of science and technology are. We have the Chiromo Library. Students of medicine, you will have access to the library at the Kenyatta campus. At Kikuyu campus, we have the Kikuyu campus library. So every branch or faculty has a branch library there, even in Kisumu and Mombasa. Kenya Science as well. So you will have access to information resources in those respective branches. On this page, we also cover the opening hours. So if you find yourself unsure about which are the operating hours, you will have this information available to you under the Know Your Library page. It also covers electronic information resources. Much of what I'm talking about right now, special book collections, that is the Reserve collection or the Africana collection, you'll get that information there. So in the special book collection, we have the East Africana collection, the archives and audiovisual collection. There's some information there. When you're on campus, visit the library, approach any librarian, and they will be able to give you even more insights as to how you can access this information. Last week, we had the physical orientation, where many of you students were taken on a physical tour. And I'm sure those who are in attendance, you got to know where the East Africana collection is, where the archives collection is, as well as the Reserve collection. Okay, so that's the Know Your Library link. Under the Know Your Library page, we also address the library rules and regulations for those who are not sure. You will get that information there about how to go about borrowing books, what happens in the event of books being damaged or books being lost. All that information is contained there. So we invite you to visit this page and get to familiarize yourself with this information. We also have services for PWDs under Know Your Library, and the information is contained again on the library website. What measures, what steps have been taken to cater for students with PWDs? Yeah. So of course, within the campus, there are designated parking areas for students with PWDs. There are ramps to enable them to access the physical facility with ease. Coming into the library, the main Jomo Kenyatta Memorial Library, you have seen the ramps that have been put in place to enable those with those who are physically impaired to be able to use that ramp to access the physical library. We also have designated areas for them to be able to use computers within the library. The computers are equipped with screen readers such as JAWS and NVDA, so that they will not feel disadvantaged. This is to enable them to access these resources, these facilities with as much ease as any other student. And with that, I want to go back again now to the main library website homepage. And again, important links. We looked at Know Your Library. We want now to look at remote access to electronic resources. So what does remote access mean? Remote access refers to a situation where you are not physically present at the university, or you're not on campus. Maybe you're studying from home. How can you access these resources? So if you follow that link, remote access to e-resources, it will bring you here, where you have two remote access options. You have remote access using MyLoft and remote access using VPN. So remote access using MyLoft is a library-specific platform that allows students to be able to access the databases that we looked at remotely. So for first-time users as a student, we will require you to sign up to MyLoft. On the MyLoft login page, there is a sign up link. If you click on sign up, it will ask you to enter your full name, your student's email address. Remember, it has to be your student's email address, and make sure to enter it correctly. Choose your password, confirm your password, then make sure that you check the box to agree to the MyLoft terms and terms of service. And finally, click on sign up, and what will happen is that you'll be registered. The request for registration will come to us. We usually approve it within the day, and you will have full access. I should say that MyLoft works best using two main browsers, that is Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge. It does not work very well with Mozilla Firefox, so keep that in mind. Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge works best for MyLoft. So I'm going to log into MyLoft so that you can see how it looks like. I've entered my email. This is what you'll be required to do as well. Once your registration has been approved, enter your student's email address and the password that goes with it. I'll enter my password there and click on sign in. So once you're signed into MyLoft on the browser that you're using, it may ask you to install, if you're using your personal laptop, it will ask you to install the MyLoft extension, which you have to do so that you can get the full experience of MyLoft. It's a simple thing. It'll just pop up on your screen there. Click on install, and it will install the extension. Once installed, you will notice that the icons will develop full color. Before installation, they will appear grayed out. So make sure you install that that extension. And now I am logged in. This is what this is how it will appear. You can see the library recommendations, all the databases that the library is subscribed to. If you come to e-resources here, click on all databases, it will list all the databases in one place. So now you can select any one journal that you want to look at. So let's pick, let's select EBSCO. Navigate into publisher site, just click I know. Okay. It appears to not want to cooperate. Let's see. Oh, I understand why it is not opening. It is because it recognizes that I'm already on campus. So when you're on campus, you don't need to use MyLoft. When you try to access MyLoft when you're on campus, it will in a way recognize that you're already on campus, and as such, if you need to be using the university network, you need not then go to MyLoft. If you go straight to the library website, you'll be able to access these databases directly. But when you're on campus and then you try to use MyLoft again, it might create a conflict and you'll find that you're not able to access those resources. But because I am on campus and I'm using the University of Nairobi network, it recognizes where I am. So that's why it is creating that error. Okay. So for example, we accessed JSTOR earlier, but if I try to access it again here, you can see it's telling me that site can't be reached because it knows that I'm already on campus and I don't need to use MyLoft. But if you are out of campus, off campus, maybe you're at home or you're at work, then it would work because you're not on the university network, you're on your own private network, maybe you're using your data bundles, you would be able to access those resources now through MyLoft. Okay, I hope that is clear. But I hope you have seen the steps that we have taken to get to this place. Again, on MyLoft, you will have access to not just the subscribed resources, but also the past exam papers. So if you can see where my cursor is on the left side of the screen, under e-resources, there's all databases, all journals, all ebooks, then there's past exam papers. So when you click on past exam papers, there's a drop down that allows you to select which faculty you want exam papers on. So there's Faculty of Law, Faculty of Arts, Social Sciences. Select which one is relevant to you. So for example, if I select Faculty of Built Environment, you can see that on the main page, it has loaded some papers, Faculty of Built Environment. And now I can browse through this list of papers that have come back. So for example, if I can select this one that is here, History of Theory and Architecture. So if I select it, you can see that it is opening. There it is, it has opened. I now have access to that paper. Okay, there's first semester, first year's examination, degree of Bachelor of Architecture, Architectural Studies. And that is the full paper. It was just a single page with all the questions. Okay, so that is how you access past papers through MyLoft. You could also search if you have the course code. So you come to the search. If you come, you can see where my cursor is at the top of the screen, where there's a search bar. And then I type, let me just borrow a course code that I saw there, BAR 102. If I type BAR 102, it then immediately brings to the front all papers that carry that course code. Okay, so you can see all of these are BAR 102 Building Technology. And I can click on any one paper and it will open. Okay, so that is the paper that we clicked on. You can see it is 2 pages long, and all the questions are there. So that is how to access resources remotely and through MyLoft. And again, within MyLoft, you will also have access to past exam papers, not just the subscribed resources, but also past exam papers of all the faculties. We have them contained there: Faculty of Education, Faculty of Agriculture and Pet Sciences, Faculty of Science and Technology, Faculty of Law, all of them are there. And we are constantly working to improve on, to add more papers and also add more current papers. Okay. And now with that, that is the matter we'll cover on MyLoft. We also have remote access using VPN. I'll just log out of MyLoft for now and close those papers. Okay, close those. So the next one is remote access using VPN. And now remote access using VPN requires you to use your Active Directory credentials. As a student, I'm sure you already have them. And for those who don't, if you approach your campus ICT office, I'm sure they will be able to sort you out in that regard. And to log into VPN, you need to use your registration number, student's registration number, and your unique password. For members of staff, is different. Of course, we use payroll numbers, but allow me to just log into mine. Okay, so when you log into your VPN, this is what you will arrive at. Now, to access students, to access library resources, you have to scroll through this list of links. Yeah. Now, the VPN is not library specific. It applies to the whole university, but students will also be able to access the library resources through VPN. So if you browse through all of those, you will find this link, UoN Library Electronic Resources. I hope you can all see where my cursor is. And when you click on that link, it will loop you back to the library website, But now, if you look at the URL, it says vpn.umbi.ac.ke. Some details there, then UoN library. So when you're off campus and you need to access these resources remotely, that is another way that you can approach using VPN. Yeah, make sure you have your credentials correct, your Active Directory credentials, students, and you'll be able to log into VPN, and you'll have all the access. So this is the page that you will arrive at when you're logged in. Scroll down a bit, you have electronic resources, browse our online information resources. And there you have electronic journals, electronic books, open access resources, open data, UoN journals, digital repository, and archives. So pick any one and you'll be able to browse through those resources as if you were on campus. Okay, I hope that is clear. It's very simple and straightforward, but of course, we will cover this again in the coming days when we start having our in-house trainings for students, which I said we will broadcast on the library website, as well as through the corporate office. Emails will be sent out. You will see them, those notifications on your students' email accounts. So those are the two remote access options. Okay, I hope you're clear up to that point. If you have questions at the end of this session, I will invite you to ask. Again, under important links, we have looked at Know Your Library, remote access to e-resources. We also looked at past exam papers. This link takes you back to MyLoft. Yeah, so remember, past exam papers will be accessible to MyLoft. In coming weeks and months, we will also make these past papers accessible through other platforms such as the repository. We will inform you on that. Again, under important links, we have guides and presentations. If you open guides and presentations, you will find links to our past training events. I mentioned that we offer trainings on various areas, and the past training activities that we have had, we have recorded those training sessions, and we have provided links for you to be able to access the past training events. Yeah, so we offer training on Zotero, referencing and citation, academic writing skills, publishing, information searching skills, various areas. So if you click on Listen Watch, you will be able to access those past recordings. Yeah, so you'll have access to that on this page, library guides and presentations. Again, under important links, on that list of links, we have open data sources. What are open data sources? Open data sources, this mainly would apply for postgraduate students, but it can apply to also undergraduate students. So open data refers to statistical data by recognized bodies, which can be used by students and in their research to be able to access key data, yeah, such as data that is provided by the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. That is a source of open data. Kenya Data Portal, Open Africa is another source of open data. InfoTrack, and as well as Kenya government policy documents and issues of MyGov. So I'll just pick one. For example, Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. This is a source of open data. Gives you data on GDP growth, population currently, inflation rate. This is it's not necessarily academic, but it helps to inform policy, government policy, and in academics, students are able to use the same data in their research. Yeah, when you need factual data, you need to get that data from a recognized and vetted source, and that is what this provides. Okay, so that is open data sources. We have identified notable sources, and we have made them available here. So we have local sources as well as international sources of this open data. Yeah, so some examples of international sources, we have UNICEF datasets, Google Public Data Explorer, World Bank Open Data, Visual Capitalist Data Stream, our World in Data, and we invite you to visit the library website and explore some of these sources of open data to the benefit of your studies. So that was open data sources. Still under important links, we have e-newspaper dailies. The University of Nairobi is subscribed to electronic e-newspapers, and you'll be able to access them via the library website. If you've seen where I was, access them under important links. The list of links that is there, come to e-newspaper dailies, and you'll be able to access the e-paper dailies. We have the Daily Nation, the Standard, the People Daily, and we also have archival past issues of the Standard. So how do you access them? So for example, I'll pick one, the Daily Nation. If you come to the Daily Nation, and I'll just open it on a new tab. So this is the Daily Nation. Now, at the moment, these e-paper dailies are only accessible when you're on campus. It's not possible to access them remotely. So when you're on campus, you'll be able to access these resources. Trying to open the Daily Nation paper so that I can demonstrate how you'll be able to access this this resource. So, okay, as it is loading, it appears to be taking time. I think it could be that there's quite a bit of traffic to this platform right now. Let's see if the Standard will open. Okay, so Standard paper has opened. Again, I want to mention that this only applies when you're on campus. At the moment, it's the only way. It's the only way to access these e-paper dailies. You have to be on campus. So for the Standard, if you come to the library, for example, and inform any librarian that you need to access the Standard e-paper daily, maybe in the lab, or you have your computer, they'll be able to assist you. And it is accessible using, for Standard, you will need the assistance of the librarian to help you log in, whether it is in the computer lab or any shared space where there are computers. They will log in for you using the libraries, their respective libraries' email address. So they will log in for you. So I've keyed in the paper there, and this is the Faculty of Arts email address. And I'm able now to select the Standard paper. So by clicking on Read Now, it's a very simple and straightforward thing. You can see that I've been able to access the paper. I can zoom in or look at it page by page. Okay, so that's basically how to access the paper when you're on campus. For the Standard, kindly.
Timothy,
yes?
kindly wind up because of time.
Yes, yes. Just 2 more areas and I will be done. So the Nation Daily appears to be taking time to load, so I will skip that area. And I want now to move to the next other very important thing, which is, I think this will be the last one, which is the library help desk. So we have the library help desk. If you need to make an inquiry or you're having difficulty accessing a resource, we encourage you to use the library help desk, and you'll be able to find the library help desk on the library website. If you are on the library website, scroll down a bit and you will see the library help desk. Do you require something specific or to request a resource? If you click on that link, if you can see where my cursor is, click on that link, and it will bring you to the library help desk where you can enter your name. Yeah, be sure to enter your name, your student's email address, your user category, mention whether you're an undergraduate student, postgraduate, or whichever. Select it there. Select your faculty on the drop down that is provided. Enter the subject of your query, and then go into details by stating your query. Expound on the challenges that you're facing. Enter those details there and submit it. And we will respond to you within the shortest time possible. Usually within 6 to 12 hours, we will have responded. Unless, of course, you post this query on a weekend, in which case we will respond to you first thing Monday morning. I already spoke about where we post our events. We will soon be having our trainings as a library, and we will post them under events. So we invite you to visit that page to get to know which are the upcoming trainings that the library will be having. And with that, I will not want to go further. I have taken more time than I had been allocated. I want to thank the organizers, and this time I want to hand back to the MC. If there are any questions, feel free to post them on the chat, or any queries, use the library help desk, and we will be able to get back to you. Thank you, and again, welcome to the University of Nairobi. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Timothy, for that elaborate presentation on the library services. And we can open the floor for questions. But before we go there, when I look at the chart, I can see one question related to your presentation, which is from Wambui and Mother. They're asking, can you access JSTOR when not on campus? And I think at the tail end of your presentation, you have answered that. But yes, you can access the library and through two ways. One, by signing in an account through MyLoft, which is vetted and approved by the library department. And Timothy emphasized that you need to use your student email address to create that account. The other way is using your Active Directory credentials, which by now I'm sure many of you are able to create. If not, by the end of these trainings, you'll be shown how to create the credentials you use on accessing the library, Wi-Fi, and through VPN. So thank you very much. I want to open the floor if there is any question we need to attend to before we move on to the next session.
If I can maybe just respond to one or two other questions. I addressed how to access MyLoft. MyLoft is accessible through the library website. If you go to where there is important links, on the list of links below that, you will see remote access to information resources. Click on it and you will see the MyLoft link. Go to MyLoft, register, and you will have access. It'll give you access to remote access. We said remote access is access to these resources when you're off campus, at home, or whichever other place. So yes, JSTOR is accessible from home through MyLoft, also through VPN. MyLoft requires you to register using your student's email address. VPN requires you to have your Active Directory credentials, which you will be shown how to get through these trainings. Is there a username we can use to access subscription journals when not using UoN Wi-Fi? Yes, I have just mentioned them, VPN and MyLoft. So you can't access JSTOR and other subscription journals unless you're using UoN Wi-Fi. What if you're only able to work from home? Again, MyLoft and VPN, it'll give you access. Can you enlighten us on EduRoom? My colleagues in ICT will be able to cover that area. Please, I request you to repeat how I should log in to access the eKitabu. Okay, again, because of time, I may not be able to go through all of that again, but we will be having trainings by the library, organized by the library, on access to information resources, and we will announce those trainings in the coming days, very soon actually. By next week, I'm sure we will have started, and we will address all of these access issues. But eKitabu, just to quickly mention, when you go to eKitabu, there's the login button. Go to sign in using Google and use your student's email address to log in. It will log you straight in and you'll have access. How do you log into the library portal? Which information do you use? Are we given the login details? At risk of sounding like I'm repeating myself, we already covered that, but we will cover it again when we start having our in-house trainings. EduRoom ICT will cover. Yeah, and I think that is the extent of the questions regarding what I have presented on. And if there are no further questions, I cannot see any other. Yeah. Yeah, but stay tuned. You've seen where the library posts the upcoming events, training events. Please visit that page and you will get to know when and which trainings are upcoming, and attend those trainings, and you will be equipped with all the knowledge that you need to access these information resources. So thank you once again, and I now hand over back to the coordinator. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Timothy. I think you have covered a lot. Library is a big scope, and you have been assured these trainings will go on. This is not the end of the trainings, and the notifications will be sent to your email addresses. So keep on checking on your email address, student email addresses, for any notification about trainings, whether from ICT, library, or any other department of the university. So there's a link which has been sent on how to access EduRoom. When you click at the link, it will take you to instructions on how to access use the EduRoom Wi-Fi. So you can still click at that link and read through the instructions. Very simple instructions to follow. So I want us to go to the next scheduled training, which is about data privacy and cyber security. And we will be taken through by the network by Jane Wairimu. So do we have Jane Warimo with us? Yeah. Jane Warimo, the floor is yours.
Let's
wait, you have said.
mute.